mic wasn't on. That could have been tragic. I could have recorded a whole video with no mic. That's why you got to do a sound check, even with yourself. That's a word. What's going on, everybody? It's Vannesia Darby here, and welcome back. Now, today's video is going to be about really a mindset shift, and it came from something I posted on Instagram a couple days ago. And I know when something hits because I'll get a couple comments or text messages like, yes, amen, I needed that girl. But I essentially said something that I told myself in 2014 when I was at my full-time job and I wanted to leave. And I said, reminder, you can change your life at any moment. You're never stuck. Now, in 2014, I was at my full-time job in the music industry, and I thought that that was going to be the place and the label that I retired from. I had a nice office. I was putting points on the board. I was really getting the hang of everything. But on the third day, I knew I couldn't retire from there. And it was solidified a couple months after, and I was like, nah, this isn't it. But I didn't have any backup plan. And so for a couple of months, I really thought about what do I want to do, where do I want to go, and nothing would really stick. And it was about 11:45 p.m. one night when I was binge searching for jobs, as sometimes we do when we get nervous, right? We're like, okay, where are we gonna go? And I sent an email to myself, and the subject line read, because you're never stuck. And I didn't end up leaving my job until about a year and a half later, but that was the mindset that I adopted as I was in the workplace and going back to school. And even when I started my business 5 years ago, I made a decision that I would never be limited in my thinking, and I would never pigeonhole myself into any situation. That has really allowed me to pivot when things aren't working, or to stick with something in order to see change. So I'm gonna give you a couple different ways that you can change your life at any moment. And I really, really hope that it helps you. Okay, the very first thing, and y'all already knew what it is because y'all know I love the Lord, amen? So the very first thing is to ask Jesus, okay? And I'm laughing because it can be really, really simple, and sometimes we make it complicated. I had to go to the Lord, and I'm like, hey God, we out here. What you want me to do? I'll do what you want me to do. I'll say what you want me to say. You know, all those cliche things that we say in church. I give myself away. All of those songs we sing. But when we in a place where we feel like we stuck, those songs, they don't hit as hard. But I was really seeking the Lord on what he wanted me to do with this life because I was unfulfilled. I had gotten to the point to where I thought I needed, and it just wasn't hitting. And what I realized looking back on it now, of course, hindsight's 2020, but what I realized is that your purpose and your destiny and your calling and all these buzzwords that you hear a lot of people say, oftentimes in my experience, it's about who you're becoming, not necessarily what you can get. And so in order to be an entrepreneur, you have to become an entrepreneur. In order to be a person that's fit, you have to become someone that's fit, and all the steps that go along with that. So sometimes we're focused on the outcome when we can really reverse engineer and see what type of consistency and diligence does it actually take to be the person that we see in our head. That could be something that can really help you to jumpstart this change in your life. Talk to Jesus, help you figure it out. The second thing I recommend is that you look at what you were interested in when you were younger. And it's so funny now because I can look back and really pinpoint all the things that added to me getting to this point in my life. I had always been interested in media. I was always the one carrying a digital camera, you know, not your phone, when you had to have a separate digital camera. I was uploading videos on Facebook. I was the one coding layouts on MySpace. I had a GeoCity site back in the day. I was helping people with their Zanga pages, like those type of things, right? I was always interested in it. I was always interested in music. I had been playing piano since I was 8 years old. I taught myself how to play classical piano, competed in competitions. I ran little mini camps. I taught lessons over the summer. And so it all transpired into media in the entertainment industry, and now into digital production and even digital marketing. It can honestly be anything. There's going to be clues of who you thought you were before the world's limitations got up on you and you started to rationalize or become a realist in your dreams. Look back on old journal entries, look back on old school projects or what you even got awards for, and see what was the younger version of yourself interested in. And that could be a clue on how you need to pivot, or even some insight on what you need to double down on. And the last thing you need to do, look, You got to change that mind. All right. You got to develop a new mindset. Oftentimes when you're in this limbo phase of trying to figure out who you are and trying to figure out what you're supposed to be doing, you can't really have a whole bunch of people speaking anything and everything to you, because it will kill what you got going on, what you're trying to make grow. When I first made a decision to become an entrepreneur, I was annoyed because I had went to school for all this. And I was scared because I was like, I got to start a whole new path that I know nothing about. But I told myself, hey, the worst case scenario, if this doesn't work out, is that you'll go get a job. That's it. Like, that's the worst case scenario. So if you can live with that, go ahead and put your best effort towards this business and see what you can do. And from that, we're here 5 years later, by the grace of God. Amen. And to you loyal clients, I appreciate you. But you really want to make sure that you are feeding yourself with, I don't care if they're sermons, if they're songs, if they're positive people. You want to make sure that you got people around you who are going to speak life to you. And I'm very, very serious about that. So sometimes you may need to mute a couple people. You may need to even unfollow a couple people until you get secure in who you are and how you're going to pivot and change your life. If you're in a place where you feel like you're stuck, please know you are never, ever stuck. Okay. You always got the ability to pivot and to move and to shift and to change. As long as God's with you, you'll be all right. If you made it to the end of this video, I want to challenge you with this. The thing that you're thinking that is your ceiling, like if you think if I get here, I'll be killing it. If I make this amount of money, I'll be killing it. What if you actually get there and find out that that's actually your floor? All right, don't limit yourself. You got this. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. I hope that you have a fabulous week. And remember to always speak life. Peace.